Alright, thanks for clicking. First off, I just want to take this time to thank all my 8 subscribers that I believe are subscribed at this time as I record this on August 19th, 2014. I appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing, and I can only imagine each and every one of you watched at least one of my videos, and I appreciate that very much. I mean, I'm here to not only vent and try to help myself and just doing self therapy doing this, but if I can entertain and or help people out there, and that's also fantastic as well. And watching a lot of other videos to see that people are in the same boat helps me feel not so alone in my struggles. So thank you very much to subscribers and to everyone who watches. I truly appreciate it, and anyone who obviously comments. So I got some news, pretty, I guess good news. I'm still, I've come a long way since Saturday, since that was the day that I was really low in those last 2 videos. I mean, the 2 where I'm sitting in here wearing this shirt. The last video uploaded I shot a while back at the same day I shot the other lake one. I just didn't upload it until then. So the last 2 videos that I'm in here wearing this shirt was Saturday, and was obviously really low because I quit on the 4th day, as you know, that job. And so I just wanted to, I wasn't going to originally make a video about this because it's so repetitive, but just because of the way it turned out, I thought, well, it's kind of interesting, let's make a video. So I can't remember what the hell day it was. It must have been Sunday. In one of my, last couple of videos that I'm in here wearing this shirt, I mentioned something about trying to figure out where I can work that I won't hate, and I thought, well, I really like coffee shops, like the atmosphere, and how, such a great place to have a lot of like young women or just women in general customers just sitting around, and potentially could be a really great place to work to meet women, which is something I obviously I'll also work into the equation when thinking of a job, And plus I'm like, well, it's a smaller, because I think it really matters, like it's coffee shops are smaller, or at least smaller coffee shops are smaller kind of a business, and it's not this big huge store where you're just a worker ant, one of 20 or 25 on, and it's just like, ugh. So long story short, Sunday oh, the sun's coming out. Long story short, Sunday I applied online at Caribou, and first I was just looking online to see, and I'm like, well, just apply. You're looking for a job, apply. So I applied. I, formerly really wasn't a big online applier. Really didn't like applying online because I'm so old-fashioned and stuff, but I gotta tell you, this was probably the most enjoyable online applications experience, because you could check all the stores that you were interested in. So you apply once and the application goes to all these stores. So I got 3 calls for interviews so far, and I had 2 interviews today. So I applied, this is crazy, I applied online Sunday night, and I got a call on Monday to set up an interview for today, which is Tuesday, August 19th, 2014. So, and then today I got a call for the third call today for an interview, which I set up today. So I wanted to make a video. I wasn't going to, if it was just a normal interview and a couple interviews, but the way it happened, the way things happened, I was like, that's kind of interesting, so I want to share it. I want to make a video about it. So, the first interview was at a store that's got a drive-through. So I was a little apprehensive about that, because if you watch any of my other videos, you got to wear a headset, and you got one thing in your ear, and you know how I feel about that, and whatever. Now I'm thinking I might just give it a shot. You never know, So the way it works, I guess, at this Caribou is, there's basically 3 stations: the drive-in, or the drive-through station, there's what they call the bar or whatever, where people actually make the stuff, and then there's a cashier, situation. And I'm like, well, that's cool, because I don't really want to make stuff, so maybe I could, as much as I don't want to be on drive-through, I could do drive-through maybe, or cashier or something like that. Anyway, so, and I guess from what I heard today at the non-drive-through locations, it's kind of everyone does everything. So, so the first interview was great. I mean, this woman who interviewed me was just bubbly and friendly and nice, and really, I was really received well. I mean, I'm a goofball and kind of a goofy guy, and I could really think on my toes and make funny jokes and all this kind of stuff. And when someone is responsive, as this interviewer was, it's kind of this exact same thing I talked about in my flirting is fun video, which is if you're receiving good vibes from someone, it empowers you more to keep sending it out, because if you get feedback, positive feedback, it's like, oh gosh, I'll keep doing it, and you dish out more, jokes or more goofiness, and you keep getting more positive feedback. So it's a, reciprocal situation, and this interview was amazing. This interview was amazing, and I think it was like 30 minutes long, which seemed like 3 minutes. So, as far as I know, I have this job at Caribou, this drive-through one. She said, I like you. This wasn't the manager. She was like working at the store to help out the manager. So she was interviewing for the manager, and she said, I'll write you down, and the manager will call you tomorrow. So I think I have it. Like halfway through the running time here. I'm a little more worried about starting a new job now, having had that horrible experience last week. I'm just gonna normally I wouldn't have this much anxiety, but except that horrible event that happened last week happened, so I'm a little more anxious about learning fast enough and being happy enough and all this shit. So hopefully I have this job. I think I do. So that interview was at 1:30, and then I was scheduled to interview at another Caribou at 3 o'clock. So I left the first interview feeling, really great, because when you click with someone like that, whether it's an interview or not, I mean at all, it just feels great, and it gives you hope, it really breathes life, positive life and energy into you. So I basically went home for a bit and then went to the other interview, and it was like night and day. It was it was the difference in night and day, or whatever. Or I should say, it was like night and day, the two interviews. First one, bubbly, interviewer, positive, responded well to my jokes or whatever, my personality. And the second one at 3 was the exact opposite, where it was like she's just kind of I think she was the actual manager of the store, or a manager, something like that. And it's like the weirdest thing. I don't know if any of you people have seen the John Carpenter movie They Live, but I'm inclined to think there might be some truth behind that movie, because it sure feels like it. Like the first interview today, I interviewed with a human, someone who's like me, and the second one is, from what I could tell, I was interviewing with an alien. Like if I had the right sunglasses on, she would have looked a lot different. And that's really one of the best ways I can simply describe it. I mean, it's like people with no sense of humor, and it's like I basically, it was the same questions. It's the same company, so she asked some of the same questions, and I said the same answers. And the response from from the second woman compared to the first was just, unbelievable. So I wasn't gonna do one of these videos, but the fact that I had I've never had 2 interviews in one day, by the way. So this is a first for a lot of stuff. And the fact that, both interviews, it was like, vanilla and chocolate, that's a dumb analogy. But like I say, it was like night and day between the two of them. And that really goes to show how, it just, different people will, receive you differently. I just can't understand how someone like that, who's really got, in my estimation, really got no sense of humor or any kind of personality, how they can even, oh man. I mean, there's like nothing you can say to this person to, you know, these people who, when you're like, I don't know, goofy or funny or something, and they just look at you like, God, you know, you geek or something, and it's like, you know, what do you find pleasure? It's like these, you can't imagine these people finding pleasure in anything at all. It's like their, you know, their version of pleasure is, you know, being in a Saw movie and having, you know, nipple rings pulled out of their fucking nipples with chains going to, you know, pulley apparatuses and shit. Like, I want to be in a Saw movie, but not in a movie. I want to be in a Saw trap for real, because that's my personality. I just hate everyone, and I don't laugh at all, and I just like torture. Like, when I'm not at work, I'm just in a fucking, I sleep in a goddamn Iron Maiden, you know? It's just like these people are so fucking, oh, I hate these, or I hate's a strong word. I dislike these people. These people that just have no personality, and I swear they're aliens. They have to be. There's no other explanation. You know, there's no other explanation. The first woman I interviewed with was a human. The second was not a human. I don't know what the hell she was. You know, a Venetian from Venus or something. Because she had no emotion, no humor. Just like kind of gave you that fake smile. It's like, go to hell. So that's where I am today, Tuesday, August 19th. Potentially have a job at Caribou, which is crazy to think that, you know, it's like, what, am I going to get a job every week? To think that so soon I might have another job, and I'm very nervous. If I do have it, I'm very nervous, more apprehensive than normal about starting it because of my recent experience at my other job. Seems like I covered a lot in this short amount of time. So I guess I shall keep you guys posted, because I know you can't wait to know what happens next in regards to the Caribou job. I just want a job where, you know, where there isn't always a manager on, and I don't know much about Caribou, but by the size of the store, or at least the one I'm potentially hired at, I can't imagine there's always a manager on. So it'd be very cool if I could work at a place with just like, where it's just me and another employer, you know, closing and stuff, or with, you know, no management always around and very low key. That'd be very cool. So wish me luck. I'm gonna have my fingers and toes and hair crossed, wishing myself luck as well. I guess if I said anything else, it'd just be just useless filler, so maybe I'll end it there. Thanks again to all my subscribers and all my viewers. I truly, really do appreciate it. I'm glad, you know, my videos do something for you. That means a lot to me. So thanks. Almost got through it. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll definitely catch you on the next one.